Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's reading vlog. Okay, I'm super excited. Sorry, my camera's being weird. There we go. Because I am loving the two things that I'm reading right now. Different levels of love, but love anyway. This week is gonna be good because I'm gonna get some stuff finished. So, this second full week of October, I am working away at North and South. I'm a little over a third way done. I'm on chapter 21. It's going great. Margaret is less annoying than she was, of course. She's growing on me. Girl has some troubles. That's the thing with this that makes it really different than Pride and Prejudice. And it really is kind of like a Pride and Prejudice that's been like dipped into like the Bronte sisters world. I know that's weird, but also Elizabeth Gaskell, she was friends with the Bronte sisters. So that's why I make that comparison that way. Jane Austen always has, even though in her books the women are usually poor, except for Emma and one of the others, and they're living maybe what would be considered kind of darker lives. There's still a lot of humor, a lot of fun. North and South has a lot of the same themes as Pride and Prejudice does, but not as fun. Like, there's a lot of sick people. Sorry, my makeup is a little smudged. There's a lot of sick people. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of dealing with, like, workers' strikes and working in factories. And it's very industrialized and just there's a lot of, like, darkness going on, kind of. It's a little mixed with Poldark, too, if you've watched that show or read the books at all, which I have. But I love it. I love Mr. Thornton. I love the debate that they have. There's so many debates going on. There's so many rich characters. I'm listening to the audiobook mostly. Probably switch to the physical book more once I finish what I'm reading. And then the other one is I started reading Silver Wolf, which is the sequel to Red Rider, which I really liked, which was sold to me as a cross between The Handmaid's Tale and like a werewolf story. And the first one wasn't too terribly Handmaid's Tale-y, just enough that I really liked it. However, this sequel, Silver Wolf, went like full Handmaid's Tale, like almost completely. And I don't really like that because it's a little too heavy-handed that it's basically exactly the same story but with werewolves. And I want it to be different than it is. I'm at 68% in the audiobook. This book's actually under 300 pages, and I don't think I said this. This is a new adult fantasy that's not smut-driven. I've kind of on a theme with that. I have about 5 new adult fantasies that I'm trying to get through right now. This is the second one, and I really like that because it's a little more gritty without being, like, full-on sexy times. But the second one, this is a struggle bus for me right now because, yeah, the first half was just all, like, there's literally a character who could be Aunt Lydia. She's called Mother Shade instead of, like, Aunt something. And she's exactly that character. And it's just a little too on the nose for me. But at the same time, it's still really fun. And now that we've had some changes in what's going on, I'm really excited. So these are my 2 main squeezes this week. Although I'll probably finish Silver Wolf very soon. Like, I'm probably going to finish it tonight. I really need to finish this Cruel Design. I need to stop saying it. I just need to do it because I want to pick up Hidden Bodies or start the Stone Key. I can't decide. But I'll definitely pick up one of those next is the plan. Anyway, so that's my reading plans this week. I should have a good amount of time to read. So my goal is to for sure, well, I'm going to finish Silver Wolf, but I want to finish North and South this week. Murphy's making good progress. She's like halfway done already. She was way behind me, and then in one day she just whoosh went right past me. So I need to catch up to her. I also need to start The Lord of Chaos at some point if I have even a prayer of getting it done this month, which I'm not sure that I can because I might have waited too long. But I want to start that audiobook once I finish this Cruel Design. So there we go. Big dreams, big plans. This week is pretty chill. I'm having a ladies' night at my house. I'm going to cook dinner for some of my friends. We'll watch a girly movie and do our nails, and it'll just be a blast. But I have training 3 days this week. Oh, which I could do it. I can do it, man. Look at my... I like looking at my neck now. It makes me feel good. I can still give myself a double chin, but I'm looking good. So, anywho, catch you later. Hey guys, it is Wednesday and I thought I'd do a little update because I have been cruising through some books. So I ended up finishing Silver Wolf, which I don't know if I mentioned. That was a sequel to Red Rider. I really liked it a lot. The first half was a bit slow. I think I said this part. The first half was a little bit slow for me, but it really picked up and I loved it. I also finished North and South last night, which I really kind of just made myself push through it. I'm sorry I'm a hot mess. I've had 3 days of training in a row and just everything hurts. Sorry, I'm going to move this. I finished North and South. Oh my Christmas. And it was so good. 5 out of 5 stars. I'll talk more about it in my wrap up. Was not expecting to love it that much. Like, I knew I would love it because... yeah, but not that much. It was amazing. And so I did get to start the self-published sequel by Tracy Brasher. This book is, there's a slight twist to the ending of the story, and then it is the first year of this couple's lives together. And it's definitely very fan fiction-y. It's very romantic, almost overly so. But it's just the kind of like, you know, what's the word? Like guilty pleasure that I need. And not even in of like, this isn't really smutty or anything. It's still kept very like PG, maybe a little bit spicy in some. But it's amazing. I'm over halfway done with it. I'm probably going to finish it tonight because it's going really fast. And it's just everything I want. It's just my characters having a happy ever after. And it's wonderful. And I love it. I love that we live in a time where people can do that. Make a sequel to something you love so much. And it's awesome. So then I'm trying to finish this Cruel Design and listening to it on audio. I'm just over halfway. And some really interesting things are happening. I just need to be able to focus on it, and it's been hard because I haven't been super into it, but a few really key things are happening, and I'm into it. And then I want to start one more book, and I'm either going to start The Stone Key, which is the 3rd book in the Broken Earth trilogy, because Murphy's going to start that soon. We're reading that together with our friend Joe. And then I also have Hidden Bodies, which is my like thriller that I want to read. But I really want to read a historical romance, which is kind of what A Heart for Milton is. But I have The Art of Sinning by Sabrina Jeffries that's on my TBR. Or I might read the next Lisa Kleypas book because I'm really craving the next Ravenel. And I might do that because the next one is about 2 characters I'm really excited to read about. So yeah, it is being a really great reading week for me, getting a lot of stuff done. It's only Wednesday, but I just wanted to update you since I've done a lot so far. Also, side note, so today was one of my treat nights because that's what I do now because I'm been eating relatively healthy. I'd say like 80% of the time. And like I said, I work out all the time. And tonight was my treat meal, which means I let myself have fast food, but I like modify so I'm not eating like a ton of it. So I got my favorite taco from Taco John's, which is the grilled stuffed taco. And then I like made a big salad to go with it. But I love that. And then I also like, I got some tea from there. It feels so weird to be like holding a like to-go cup because I literally don't get this stuff anymore. And I got my favorite tea, which is the brisk raspberry tea. And I haven't had a drink with like sugar in it that isn't like light or like diet or something like that. And probably, I mean, I maybe had like one, like a sip of my friends or something. But almost the entire time I've been doing this, so like 3.5 months, And this is so sweet, guys. Like, it's crazy. I took a couple sips of it and then I like added like this much water to it because it's so sweet. And I probably won't drink all that. I'm like probably gonna dump it because it's crazy how much your palate changes when you're like eating healthier. But anyway, that's what's going down so far. Reading is going really great this week. And also I need to start Lord of Chaos at some point, but I need to finish this Cruel Design before I do that. So I really need to do that. So anyway, that's everything that's happening. I'll check in with you soon. Hey guys, it is Saturday afternoon and I don't know how much more reading I'm gonna get done. So yeah, but I still figured I would check in so that there was something else. I am 60 pages into The Stone Sky. Want to make a little more progress on that today. I also finally want to start Hello Stranger because I want some historical romance in my life. Read a lot. Well, I guess I read a historical romance, but I read a sci-fi and a fantasy this week, and I just want to read historical romance and have it be there. I also finished this Cruel Design. I can't remember if I said that. I don't think I did. And it was good. Again, there's so many twists, and I feel like a lot of the twists are just twists for the sake of twists, and I'm not a big fan of that all the time. Like, I felt like the author was honestly pushing for there to be a twist at the end of every chapter, and honestly, I don't know what our main goal is anymore going into the final one. I don't know what we're trying to do. There were some things that were still very interesting about it, you know, like it's good. It's just I don't know what the point is. And that's frustrating to me. But Stone Sky, we're in it. I want to find out how the world really ends or how we save it or what's going on. And yeah, I'm getting... Oh, I also started Lord of Chaos. Sorry, I guess I did stuff. I'm still in the prologue because the prologue is like 100 pages just in itself. So I've read like 30 pages, but I'm still in the beginning of it. So there's that. But anyway, that's my life. That's what's going on. I just filmed another historical romance recommendations, which will be up this week. I hope you guys like that. I mean, you really liked the last one I did, so hopefully this is a good one for you. I ended up just like scrapping all the footage from the one series I was trying to do because it was taking too long to film. And then I finally got my new phone. It's not new, but like I had to get a replacement, so it's technically new. And instead of like scrounging through my SD in there to get the footage from that, which I've been doing for 2 months now, I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna read new historical romance and then do recommendation videos because that's what people are looking for. They don't need to see the vlog for that because I vlog all of it in my weekly vlogs. So if you want to know the feelings, you know, beat by beat, that's where you're gonna find it. So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm gonna film my November TBR video pretty quick here too because the votes came in on what everybody picked for me to read, which I was really surprised what got picked. So I'm going to get that filmed. And then, I just want to read, but I have to get my homework done for my class. So I'm going to watch some TV and do that. And then I need to fold laundry because I had a girls' night last night and we used like every towel that I own. So I'm washing. We did a spa night. So all my face and hand towels and like feet towels, and so I've been washing loads of laundry today, and it's a Saturday, which means everyone's trying to do laundry at the same time. So that's my update. I'll check back in tomorrow morning and we'll review the week. So alrighty. Okay guys, it is Sunday afternoon. Let's do the weekly wrap up, which I got a lot of books done this week, which was very exciting. First off, I finished Silver Wolf, which is on my Kindle, so I can't really show it to you, but it was the sequel to Red Rider. It's this post-apocalyptic werewolves have taken over the world and women are breeders for them. Only certain women can, and you're tested at a certain age, and then when you turn 18, you're supposed to turn yourself in. This is by Kate Avery Ellison. I really enjoyed the sequel. The sequel was a lot more Handmaid's Tale like. In fact, the first half of it was a little bit too much like it, so it actually bothered me, but the second half was really, really great. I ended up having a great time reading that. Next this week, I finished North and South. I read this with Murphy Napier, one of my really good friends, and we did this as a buddy read, and I had such a good time. I annotated this one. This, the BBC miniseries has been one of my favorite movies for a really long time, so it was really fun to get to read the classic and see that it was just as good. The setup of this is this girl named Margaret Hale. Her father ends up leaving his job with the church, and so he needs to find a different way to take care of himself, and he's offered a tutoring job, teaching several different young businessmen in this industrial town called Milton. And Margaret really doesn't want to move there, and she meets a lot of people that she is initially pretty prejudiced against. Yes, this is a lot like Pride and Prejudice. However, you really spend a lot more nitty-gritty time with people, and it's not as light-hearted as Pride and Prejudice. But it was actually a very easy read for a classic. I mean, not all classics are hard to read, but in general, you know, they're kind of difficult. And our main male character, his name is Mr. Thornton, and he owns a cotton mill in Milton, and Margaret just has a bad view of people who are in industry, and so she judges him rather harshly. And Mr. Thornton, the first time we see him, he falls head over heels for Margaret, and so he has an uphill battle to climb in wooing this woman. And it was wonderful. It was great. So much so that I did something that I haven't ever done before, at least not like this purposely. I bought a fan reimagining of North and South. This is called A Heart for Milton. It's by Trudy Brasher. This is a self-published novel in 2011 where it changes a couple things at the end of North and South and then continues for the first year of the couple's life together. I mean, it's a romance. They get together. It's not a spoiler. It's how they get together that's a spoiler. But one of the things about North and South is it ends very abruptly. Like, the characters both decide they like each other and it's over. Just poof. You're just like, what? It feels like we're missing 2 or 3 chapters of this, but no, it's over. And this author felt the same way about it that a lot of us did, and she wrote this fan reimagining. And it definitely was very fan-like, but it continued to be a really sweet romance. A lot of the darkness and grit that was in the first one had kind of been taken away, which I understand because they're making this a really happy story, but I still really liked it. And I ended up giving it 4 stars because it was what I wanted. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be the same quality of literature, so I actually went in with pretty low expectations. And so it met those and exceeded them a little. So others may feel differently. Others may have a harsher view of it, but it gave me everything I wanted, and so I ended up giving this 4 stars. And I really liked it. And then finally, I finished This Cruel Design by Emily Suvada. It's really hard to wrap this up. You maybe saw me, well, earlier in this vlog, I think I talk about how hard it is. And I think I ended on like 3.5 stars for this. I'm still invested enough to read the last one. I'll say it again, I feel like there was so many twists for twist's sake, and I'm not a fan of that, but I think it's super unique. I started a list this year on my Goodreads of like most unique reads, and this series is definitely on it because some tropes or like twists are obvious to me, and then other ones I never could have guessed them, and I think that's a really cool mix. And so I think Emily's done something really cool here. It just also is too much at the same time. So, but I still really liked it, and I can't wait for the final one, which comes out in January. So that is everything that I finished this week. I've started some new books, but I'll film a clip for that after this so you can see, because I'm reading like 3 books currently. But it was a great reading week. I had a great time. Thanks so much. Make sure that you join the buddy read for next week. That video telling you what's on it will be up in 2 weeks. we're going to be reading the book that you picked. I'm excited. You can join my Discord at any time down below, where we talk about what we're currently reading, give each other recommendations, just chat whenever you feel like it, as well as the buddy reads as they get chosen will be in there, and we read them together. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I put up new videos every Monday and Thursday, and you can see some more of them right now. Bye.